的费用。
对，我在想说要卷那个肯亚的。
哦，肯亚的。
对。
还有那个人像模式。
肯亚不是只剩第二项吗？第二项还在筹募。
第二项是什么？有吗？
你过去。
第二项我也忘了是什么。
反正就是一点心意吧。因为去年肯亚我也有捐了，但是
拿到不是列举扣除的数字不到那个数字，我们就是不到。
没有带来。
Good morning, everybody. Please make your way over. Love you.
大家，同学们，上课了没有？好，我们来一起祷告一下好吗？好，亲爱的主耶稣，谢谢你给我们今天非常好的天气，然后也请你保守现在正在来的路上的姐妹们、兄弟们，他们可以赶快来跟我们一起聚会，然后等一下可以享受到很美好的课程。然后接下来的时间我们也要敬拜，那希望每一个也请你祝福我们呢，差派圣灵到我们中间，让我们每一个人敞开心胸，然后真的唱出对你的赞美跟敬拜。谢谢你，有你真好。这样祷告是奉靠主耶稣基督的名。
然后没有你很不行。
我们早上起床的时候，现在都应该有开冷气了，有吗？有。是不是很难起床？对不对？起床英文是 wake up， 对不对？醒来。那这边我们的第一首歌叫 Stand Up。Stand Up 它有另外一个意思，就是 Somebody's gonna make a stand， 意思就是要挺身而出。OK。就是你要挺身而出，为谁而战 ？Now you're standing up for Jesus。
现在你是为耶稣而战，挺身而战。
In this mad world。
谢谢哥。
OK， 所以我们等一下一起唱，好不好？很久没有唱这首歌，好不好？
还有另外一首那一首歌，它的名字是 You Raise Me Up。所以如果我们不能站起来，耶稣可以 raise 我们的。
耶稣可以鼓你，可以拉着你。
所以没有借口。
没有借口。No excuse。
好。
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Jesus is the way out.
在你就是胜利。
有 praise，
还有武器。
对，武器。praise， 你就可以打赢这一场仗，对吗 ？Fighting against demons。1, 2,
很感动，很喜乐的感觉。
真的。
对。
没有冷气一样喜乐。
没有冷气。
他有开。
那 kidding。因为台上的这几个灯比较那个。
没关系，因为你知道上帝是上帝的光嘛，对不对？所以接下来。
一句话、2句话、3句话、4句话、5句话。
怎么啦？
你的话是我的光。
哦，你的话是我的光。
不好意思，我怕好冷啊。好，
每天都知道上帝的话是你的光，所以你要花时间，也要认识上帝的话语，因为他的话才会给你力量，带领你。
像那个我们搭飞机的时候，不是灯都会熄灭嘛？但是有一排灯不会熄掉，对不对？
哪一排？
就是 corridor 的那个灯。
走道的灯。
Yeah, right. That's the way out.
你要逃生的时候，那个灯就是让你去上厕所的时候，或是如果有什么紧急事件的时候，那个灯就在那边，你就知道哪边走。
对，我也来的 stewardess 跟我们分享。
好，所以不管怎么样，那个灯就是上帝。
对。
Amen. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful things from your love.
Yeah，OK，哇，大家前面几首歌都很嗨哦。对 ，What's going on, Julie？ 他把他的 feet 放在 ，Yeah，
他被鼓舞了，伸展一下，伸展一下。
So raise me up。那当然，我觉得情绪很低落的时候，这首歌可以带给你很多的平静，然后还有很多的力量。我希望这首歌的力量能带给大家，让大家在这样 worship 里面得到安慰，得到力量。
One time I was in the hospital visiting a sick guy, and he was about my age, and he said, "Can you sing? You raise me up."
有一次 Danny 去医院拜访一个病患，也跟 Danny 差不多大，然后那个人就请问 Danny 说可不可以唱 You Raise Me Up？
And I had a guitar on my back. I said, "Yes, I can."
然后 Danny 有吉他，他就说我当然可以为你唱。
And he sang along too. It was really encouraging. People love that song.
然后这首歌其实是非常鼓励人的，然后人非常喜欢。我也希望你们等一下可以很喜欢，也是经典歌曲，可以一起来赞美，谢谢。谢谢耶稣每一天的带领，他真的就是我们牧者，他真的我们就是他的羊，我们是他的小孩，他是我们的爸爸，也是我们的母亲，也甚至是我们的朋友。然后这首歌其实真的会给我们很大的平静。当你被很多事情繁杂的时候，其实你看到你身边的所有啊，你看到那些阳光，还有草地的时候，其实这一个诗篇23篇都会一直浮现在我的脑海里。所以等一下，希望那个画面可以给你，然后。 后我们可以感谢上帝每一次给我们的力量跟平静。
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Is everybody enjoying the cool weather yesterday and today? Cool. Yesterday was cooler, yeah? Relatively cool. Also, 我们想分享一个一些 announcement。 for you, those of you who didn't get a chance to join the retreat last week,
小小的通报一下啊，就是上周如果没有机会参加我们灵修会的弟兄姐妹们，
we have some of the materials that we put on the table over here, particularly for that, and you're very welcome to take them.
对，有一些这些资讯在后面哈，你可以去看一看，非常的欢迎大家可以去拿哈，做一个参考，可以从中可以希望能够得到很大的益处。
Just see what you can use that can encourage you. Even if you're single, it doesn't matter, single or married or in a relationship, it's all helpful.
对，不管你是已经结婚了或者未婚的哈，我相信都有帮助，因为参加灵修会有很多也是没有，也是未婚的，对不对？你可以问他们是不是从中有获益哈，欢迎可以拿。
And then also, we also have our bulletin in. I guess you're looking at it now. You can see different things that are happening this month.
对，我们也有最新的消息，就是简报哈，最新简报。对，就是我们今天在2点的时候有开一个那个做见证的会议哈，欢迎大家2点到2点半。就是我们接着我们祷告，我们希望有最好的，能够得到最好的。我们有，因为我们上次我们谈到不同的方法去做见证，那这次我们想怎么样落实呢？哈，怎么样去把它实际上实践出来？我们讨论到不同的方法，然后有些可能有些小小的地方需要再更了解一下哪个是最好的方式。对，而且他们有些祷告需求，在那个我们的那个简报上面祷告需求，也希望大家能够仔细看一看。这蛮多不同的需求，像丹尼跟约瑟，还有巧柔跟希蕊，他们7月初就要去肯雅，希望为他们祷告，一路非常的顺利，所需要的基金都可以筹到，因为要帮他们那些小朋友，他们的桌椅在教室的桌椅非常的破旧，希望他们能够更新，还有其他一些教科书啊、课本啊这些其他的需求，我们都列在那个祷告需求里。 希望可以大家仔细看一看，并且为他们带祷哈。
So let's just pray for us.
好，我们现在今天开始一个新的系列课程哈，希望大家非常喜欢。这是叫做生命发展课程。我们先做祷告。Amen. Thank you, Lord.
谢谢耶稣，谢谢耶稣，请你恩膏我们的分享这个课程的时间。帮助我们也能够表达它的内容的很容易接受、很容易懂，然后帮助在现场每一位能够有饥渴慕义的心，能够寻找他每一位需要的一些启发或是一些知识，给我们大众都渴慕这个耶稣，我们爱耶稣，祝福耶稣。
Amen. 谢谢耶稣，赞美耶稣。Amen. 求主圣灵大家祝福。Amen.
Okay, so welcome. We're starting up, like Sunny mentioned, we're starting a new series this month for the month of June.
对，这个月6月份我们开一个新的一个课程系列哈。
And it's called our NFF, which you just mentioned it, Introduction to Our Life Development Course, right?
对，是一个介绍，对我们生命发展课程一个介绍。
So how we're going to do that? The point is that through these 4 weeks of June, we're going to cover different areas that are a part of our 100 series. Okay, the first stage, the first step.
简单来讲有四个基本100、200、300、400，但是6月份我们专门着重于100课程。
So we hope that you're able to attend, but we are also filming this.
对，我们希望你可以参加，而且我们会录影下来哈。
If any of you missed any this week, we would encourage you to read it, to watch it, and get it, because it's we hope to through this series to strengthen our members.
对，我们希望呢，如果你没有机会参加的话，一定要去看那个录影带课程。希望借着这4个课程呢，能够加强我们这些基本的一些信念。
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and jump in then. So the first thing we are explaining is the history of the NFF a little bit.
对，大家都拿到讲义嘛，对不对哈？我们第一项讲到说我们新加的居会所这些历史，我们怎么样开始的。
Okay, so actually we started the NFF in 2010 here.
对，我们是2010年开始成立的。
And at that time, there was a group of us that wanted to start something because A few of us were fellow missionaries in Taiwan.
对，因为我们当时好几位，我们都是传教士，多年的传教士，我们希望能够在台湾能够更加的有所成长啊，能够。
And that, for example, you see myself, my wife, Sunny, Joe, Rejoice, Jeff and Hannah.
是。
Vicky.
对，看到我，还有 Danny 哈，还有 Joe， 还有 Rejoice， 还有 Jeff、Hannah， 还有 Vicky。
And all of us have been working and doing mission work, 传道的工作。
对，我们都已经多年来做传教士的工作。
I guess we work as a team.
对，我们一起工作就好像是一个团队这样子。
And between us, we figured out we had over 200 years of experience.
对，我们传道经验大概超过200年以上哈。
Of missionary work.
对，就是这种传道士的工作。
And how to live by faith.
怎么样如何凭信心而生活
？Go into all the world and preach the gospel.
到普天下去，对万民传福音啊，到很多地方去传。
To people in Taiwan.
台湾人。
People in China.
中国大陆。
Okay. Hong Kong.
香港。
Macau.
澳门。
Eastern Europe.
东欧。
Japan.
日本。
America.
美国。
etc.
对，
South
等
America.
地，对，还有南美等地哈，都有传福音。
Those of us we can speak in different languages because of that reason we can minister in English.
对，因为我们学习不同的语言，所以我们可以讲英文、
Mandarin,
国语、
Taiwanese,
台语、
Cantonese,
粤语、
Japanese,
日语、
Romanian,
罗马尼亚
等等
等的语言。
So that's very helpful when you can speak languages, different languages you can speak in their language. And
对，如果你可以说不同的语言的话，可以帮忙，你可以传福音，对不同的国籍的人传福音。
there was a girl here from last week. She gave me a call and she said, or a message. She said, "Can you come to the hospital because my father is there and he is what is that called? Parkinson's."
对，他一个记得你先来参加阳光小组的叫做 Catherine， 她也是台大 Vicky 台大医院认识，她打电话给 Danny， 说你可不可以到医院来为我爸祷告。他是得帕金森。
I'm just saying the advantage of learning languages because I've talked to in my ministry in the hospital. I've met many older people, 70 and 80-year-old folks.
对，他在医院做一些服侍工作，为他们祷告时，他发现有一些病患年纪比较大，60、70岁以上。
A lot of them are Taiwanese,
他们台湾人。
I mean Taiwanese as in speaking Taiwanese.
他们是只会讲台语。
And not so well in Mandarin.
但是在国语方面不是那么好。
But often I ask them, "Can you speak Japanese?"
所以在你问你会讲日语吗
And they go, "Oh, yes I can." You know.
他们会啊，他们就讲日语这样子。
And they love the opportunity, you know.
他们很喜欢有这个机会，可以练习他们的日语。
So I spent 3 years in Japan, and I know quite a bit of lines and speaking in how to help people to receive Jesus.
对，因为Danny在日本也停留过3年的时间内做传道工作，他学习了日语。
So I started talking to him because he seems to be his other daughter is already a Christian, and he hasn't really received it, and he hasn't, you know.
对，虽然他其中一个女儿已经信了耶稣，可是他自己还不是，就是对这方面并不是很能够接受。
But anyway, I just all of a sudden said to him, "Can we sing a song?" We sang a couple of songs for him. He was happy.
就对他唱几首歌，先唱2首，他就很开心这样子。
Then I started talking to him in Japanese, and he was okay.
然后 Danny 就跟他讲日语，跟他做见证。
So I told him how much Jesus loved him. He wants to be his friend. He wants to come into his heart.
对，跟他讲耶稣多么爱他，耶稣希望进入他的心中。
Just would you willing to say this prayer with me? Ask him into your heart. He said, "Oh yes."
他说：“你愿意跟我做个祷告，请耶稣进入你的心中吗？”他说：“是的，我愿意。”
And he got saved.
他得救了，哇！
And it was great. It was awesome. And she was really happy. Oh,
对，
their hands.
对，他告诉你真的非常感恩他父亲能够接受耶稣，相信。
So.
所以语言方面是很大的帮助，对。
Okay, so in these years that we've been in Taiwan, many of us, this group of this team, we've always gone out and met people in their working places, in their homes.
平常我们去传福音，这个我们的所传代福音的人，他们的家庭、他们的公司、他们工作地点去传福音，拜访他们。
So actually in 2007, 2008, we started using places to get together for meetings. We felt, let's bring our friends together, right?
对，我们想说，哇，我们居然到在各个家庭里面，或者在我们的不同的场地，为什么不租用一个场地，我们可以大家都聚在一起这样子？
So for a period of time, Yolanda had a business office over here in
有一段
Chandler
时
Road.
间是有来的，他那个公司主要有个大的，然后有个场地我们可以使用办公室。
So we did that for a few months.
我们在那边也一些举行一些共同的活动哈聚会哈。
And then we also used the Shirling Goming Hui Guan.
对，我们还租用了市民公民会馆，也可以用。
We did that for about a year.
也差不多有1年多的时间都是那个。
Okay, and then the Lord opened the door here.
就感谢主，上帝打开这门户，可以在这边哈，真的很棒，感谢主。
And through a friend of ours that some of you know, his name is Jerome.
对，经过我们一个朋友，这个我们的房东是他的名字叫Jerome。
And Sunny actually met Jerome over 20 years ago.
对，20多年前我在台湾传福音的时候遇到他，才认识他这样子。
And then since that time, Jeff and Hannah were able to spend a lot of time and work with him and knew him.
对 ，Jeff Hannah， 后来因为我跟带你去台中服侍，所以 Jeff Hannah 继续就是服侍这位很好的弟兄，叫学牧。
And he let us use this place. Before he was renting it for over 70,000 NT a month.
他以前算是这个场地很大，对不对？他出去，做里面像是仓库啊之类的。
Also he would take pictures. It was a 摄影师 for photographs and photography.
对，他之前还有摄影师用这个做摄影的场所等等。
But for us, he gave it to us for a fraction.
但是他就给我们的收取的租金一点点，不多。
So it's a real miracle that we
这
have.
是很大的奇迹。然后还有 Julie 来，就是亲爱的玉芬的她老公，设计这个场地。
Yeah, he helped us to
设计，对。
see how we could have it for this.
对，他想这边是。
what's the architect? He's an architect and
对，建筑师。
he designed
设计
basically this outlay. So
对，
that was a big help.
对，很大的帮忙，谢谢。
So that's how we came about in 2010, and we began telling our friends to come.
对，开始就邀请我们的朋友来，因为那时候已经认识一些朋友了，现在都已经有跟我们一起读经的、一起祷告的朋友了。
Right, and at the beginning, it was kind of rough.
刚开始我是比较辛苦一点哈，
In other words, rough as in maybe we had 3 visitors, 3 people come.
也许是有3个人来啊，或者几个人。
Sometimes 4.
有时4个。
Sometimes 7.
有时候7个啊。
Maybe you're thinking, yeah, how come we don't have that many people today?
我有时候我们就是没有乐队，我们就是吉他这样清唱，也是很棒的。
Oh no, we had Jeff.
Yeah, 对，
Jeff is a Mr. Band. If you got Jeff, you got a band. Right?
Jeff 就是 band. 没错。
So, and then I'll give you a little more recent history. Then, in 2010, 2011, 12, 2013, we started instituting small groups.
但是在2013年、14年的时候，就开始使用小组的方式。
Because we were learning, we were studying a lot of materials about how to grow churches, how to plant churches.
对，因为我们刚是传道人嘛，但是如果真的建立教会，还是一个新的经验，对不对？所以我们在学习怎么样能够帮助我们带领，就是能够建立这个教会，把它建立起来。所以我们就是开小组的方式，
Because
不同的方式。
actually, through having small groups, it's a more effective method for people to grow. It's an environment.
小组的话，能够更有效的带领人，还有帮助他们成长。有没有这种感觉？小组对，有这种归属。
Because you have mutual support.
大家彼此真的互相的帮忙，互相的支持。
It brings accountability.
而且彼此要负责，比如说我们一起背诵啊，我们一起读，有个特别读书会或者某一本在读。
And then your prayer is more focused. When you pray together with small people, you can really pray for each individual and go into detail, really get prayer power going.
祷告时也特别注意一些细节，专注他们祷告的需求，还要给予他们个人的关怀，这非常。
Yeah, and also individual care, right?
对呀，我们可以让每个人都觉得他受到关怀，知道。
Then we had a retreat in 2016.
到2016年那一年呢，这是2017了，这是2017的。
Oh yeah, by the way, this is a picture of
去年的。
last year, and it was also something where we introduced this course to them, and we taught this group the same class.
对，我们在去年2017年的领袖会，就是对有关这类似100课程101的课程。
And also we introduced membership, how to be a member of the NFF.
对，我们想让他们介绍怎么样能够成为 我们 NFF 的成员啊。
So we actually got 13 people who committed to say, I'm a member of the NFF.
这边
13.
一共有13位，
Besides the staff.
对，除了我们这个全职的之外，他们有13位。
So that was like we had 20 committed people to what was going on, right?
对，很感恩。
All right. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the group that came to 2016.
2016年加入我们的灵修会的2016年哇。
And
是梅花湖吧，我都记得对的话。
but I think maybe you remember, but the Lord's Spirit at that time brought on a call for greater commitment.
对，那时候的圣灵真的大家充满我们，就呼吁大家，圣灵呼吁我们都能够做出更多的承诺。
You know, and also service, people joining in and doing things more.
并且他们愿意不但加入我们的教会，而且愿意服侍更多。
Because, you know, we knew that Jeff and Hannah were going to leave within 10 months.
对，我们那时候也知道 Jeff Hannah 快要离开了，他们2017年离开的。
And we knew that we needed volunteers. We needed more We needed more hands-on, people willing to give time and effort to make this grow, to make
对，
this
我们
work.
需要人，他们愿意乐意给出更多他们的时间、他们精力奉献出去，所以可以帮助我们继续能够成长扩充。
So a lot of people stepped up after that.
对，在这之后，大家很乐意的愿意帮忙，就是愿意去做。
I remember our worship team really came in powerful. Boom! They said, "I'm going to help." Frank, Susan, Ariel, more, you know, and people started really. Also, Peter did a lot more, and Davey, and things happened after that.
对，自从那之后，
Yumi did so much in the kitchen more and helping out in different ways, and Shirley started. A lot of things happened more. Susie helped with more work on
秘书他在汉娜在锻炼你，对不对？要训练你。
Remember that?
对对对，很大。那时候开始真的是我们积极的在准备不同的人手，然后我们的敬拜团队变大了，对不对？现在就是3、2、3、4个，现在变刚一开始7个，对，是 very inspiring 哦，非常棒。还有就是在行政方面，就是 Peter 帮忙很多 ，Debbie 还有亲爱的玉敏啊，帮助很多，还有 Shirley 老师加入我们教导孩子们歌唱。 当然还有我们的敬拜团，你看我们现在多了好几个，还有 Selina， 还有多了 Susan 和 Ariel 之外
Weber and Tim.
Weber 跟 Timothy
Helping us with this video right now. This is also later development since
非
they
常
came along.
对，2017年之后越来越多，越来越多，
So,
一直增下去，真的很感恩。
but that's the
还
only
有
way we
您
can.
帮助我们的低音吉他，谢谢，真的感
Sorry,
谢。
that's right. So we want to mention everybody.
对对，很感恩，真的很感恩。
But that's the only way we're going to reach more people. We realized, you know.
对，我们就是你要不说人多好办事，对不对？人手多了才能够有更多的进步，这是一定的。
And it's easy to get comfortable with you, me, and she, and nobody else.
对，当然人少的话是人不太多的话是比较容易一点啊，就是你要我，他就这几个人，对。
And enjoy it. We love you. We love each other.
对我们这个人很享受能够彼此能够相爱，这种是真的很难得，这种情谊很难得。
But the problem with that is we can just become a club.
但是问题就是我们就变成一个俱乐部了，就自己享受自己。
And people out come in, they don't feel welcome. They wouldn't feel welcome. I'm not saying they don't, but they wouldn't feel welcome if that happens, right?
就直接觉得在这行就不想踏入我们的舒适圈的话，别人进来觉得好像不会被那个怎么样欢迎的感觉。
So, also, there's a point here. We don't make all these. We're doing all that we can. We believe through your help. All of us as a team, we're doing all we can.
对，我们在尽力而为，我们把我们自己全心的奉献出去，跟大家一起合作来努力做这些的原因呢？
We're not doing these programs or retreats, planning retreats. It's not like for our own sake, Frank.
对我们自己这么尽心尽力去做一些事情，原因不是为了我们自己的利益，对不对？所以我们准备灵修会是花很多时间啊，这些真的很多的，真的超过你可以想象的。但是我们真的也是，我们很乐意去，很尽心去做，很开心的去做，去服侍。
Because if it was, the more membership that we get, the more problems, in a sense.
在某方面人多，这个问题也就更多了，对哈。
Personnel. Those of you work in companies and you have people that you have situations that come up. It's called personnel situations.
对，如果你知道你有公司，或者你搞着公司里面人事关系啊，问题也不少，对不对？会发生。
Or there's certain logistical problems that happen. You know, when you grow, the place is not big enough. What are we
要
going
办的
to
事情啊，或者实际上的状况啊，都会出现的
do? More challenges.
对，挑战会越来越多。
But we realize that Jesus wants us to grow so that we can reach the community more.
对，但是我们知道耶稣需要我们成长，所以我们能够怎么样呢？更接触到我们社区上其多的人，很多人需要耶稣。
Right? And we do that better as a team.
而且我们身为一个团队呢，可以把这工作做得更好，做得更好。
Okay? So that's why we want to strengthen this team.
所以我们希望能够使我们这本身这个团队呢更坚强、更有力。
That's what we are doing with our retreat. We're hoping to introduce a program that can strengthen our relationships.
对，我们为什么有这个2018年这个领袖专制两性关系？也希望我们能够加强我们的夫妻的关系，还有你跟耶稣的关系，或者你跟亲友你的人际关系，这些很重要。
Because we learned from some courses from this seminary training that says if you have spiritually strong couples, you will have a stronger church.
对，我们有学习到，也是丹尼还有 Joe 还有 Jeff， 我们都在修这个神学课程啊，就是讲的说，如果夫妻关系很坚强的话，那整个教会就很坚强。对，
And that's
这
why.
是事实，对，
So now we're introducing this course to everybody. And I want to introduce something that's called the 5 Circles of Commitment.
现在我们想要跟你介绍一个叫做5项承诺圈哈。
Now this plan here comes from, it's also on the last page. You can see it on the last page of your notes.
所以在那个最后一页，这是我们的讲义最后一页有这个，最后第5页有个5项承诺圆圈哈，在第5页。
Now this is about something that Rick Warren wrote in his book called Purpose-Driven Churches. You know?
对，大家也知道华里克牧师嘛，他是蛮有名，美国的那个在加州的一个很有名的牧师华里克，他写了一本书叫《直奔标杆》，可能有人听过《标杆人生》，对不对啊 ？Purpose-Driven Life， 那是关于个人的生命。那直奔标杆是专讲到说教会怎么样能够成立一个教会，使它更为成长哈。
So those of you who have been in companies, maybe you've been in positions of leadership in your companies, you know that your company or any organization cannot grow beyond the leadership of its present people.
对，如果你是在公司里面工作或者在任何机构里面工作，你知道，如果你这个人组织里面你的领导人没有增加，没有变更强的话，这不可能发展的，对不对？所以领导力要加强，
And it's the same.
要装备他们。
So we won't be a healthy church if we don't give good training as much as we can to you.
对，如果我们不培养、训练跟装备更多领导人，挑战我们的成员能够加强承诺的话，那我们这个教会是不能成长为很健康的教会。大家都要在成长，对不对？不能保持现状啊，对不对？什么叫中文不讲说求学如逆水行舟嘛，不进则退，不可能只保持现状的。
Okay, so the only way we're going to reach Taipei better, Taiwan better, is if we train you.
对，如果我们能够更有效率去接触、去帮助台北还有台湾的，唯一的这个方法就是培训更多的领导。所以在座都是领导人哦，都是有潜能的。
So we needed to develop a course, a training program that people can actually work through to grow in all these the most important areas from what we believe and through reading these books.
所以我们就制定一个灵上成长还有服饰培训的计划。这个课程，你上这些课程可以帮助我们灵性上一一的慢慢成长，不同的层面上成长，还有进步。
So this life development course is sort of like grades in a college.
这个生命发展课程有点像是刚刚现在看下一页这边讲的，有点像是在上大学里面一个不同年级一样，1年级、2年级、3年这样子。
Okay, and the 100 series, of course, is the basic one.
对，100系列100是最基本的课程。
And that's what we're starting today, actually.
今天我们就开始101哈，下周是102，然后103。
This month, okay?
对。
So we're giving it to you now. You don't have to come on Saturday and get it. You don't have to come make extra time.
我们在讨论说这个课程是不是另外上，在礼拜6上啊，或者什么？后来想说礼拜6有人没办法有时间，对不对？ 今礼拜天有空，所以我想要上到大家都在一起上是比较最好、最方便、比较实际一点，所以我们最后决定是一起来上。
And then we'll have it on record.
而且我们有记录，有录影起来。
For people to, if they missed it, they can also study it.
对，如果你错过的话，你可以再去补时间把看，就去读它。
So this is a plan for life changing.
对，这个计划是要生命转变的，这是我们的目标，一定会。
Growing spiritually.
在灵性上成长。
And according to your desire, take on more commitment for the Lord, more responsibility in helping.
对，看你自己个人的一些负担，还有你一些愿望，你的渴望，你想要在哪方面跟他成长，得到更多培训，然后可以这方面做服侍。
I think I shared this before that I was riding on a train with Sunny after we were having our anniversary, one of our anniversary breaks in Kyoto.
对，有一次我们结婚周年呢，我们去日本的那个京都哈，做个旅游，这样子接着我们结婚，庆祝我们结婚周年。
And it's at the beginning of the year, so I like to really stop and pray and try to get a plan or hear from the Lord about what direction that He wants me to go.
一年的开始就会想要做祷告，有什么新的承诺、新的目标还有计划，耶稣想要告诉我们的。
And I was on that train, and all of a sudden I was reading and listening, and all of a sudden this verse hit me like a I don't know, ton of bricks. Bam.
对，其实我们坐那个日本的火车，有点像那个对对，像这边那个蛮快的那种，比较从东京到京都的那个特急的那个电车啊，就是他得了，就是祷告的时候，就他真的心里非常的负担的时候，祷告得了一个圣灵章节，然后真的让就很震惊的。
So you want to read it? Somebody want to read it? It's right there on the paper. It's Matthew 28, 19, and 20.
马太福音28章19到20节，我们一起来读好吗？都看到了吗？你们要去使万民做门徒，奉圣子、圣灵的名给他们施洗，教导他们遵守我所吩咐你们的一切。哇，谢谢耶稣 ，Amen。
So, I mean, all of us who are Christians, I believe we all want to do better for the Lord.
对，我们身为基督徒，我们都想要为耶稣做的更多更好，对不对？
We want to grow spiritually.
我们想在灵性上成长。
Right? We want to be. Someone once said that a Christian and a disciple should be the same thing.
有人说，其实基督徒跟门徒其实应该是一样的，是 same。
If you say I'm a Christian but not a disciple, then that's sort of an oxymoron. It's called. It's sort of like a
如果说基督徒又不是门徒，那就
conflicting.
奇怪了，这是有互相冲突的。
And so, yeah. And therefore, but it's funny that the more that every time I take a challenge that the Lord gives me, I feel so happy.
对，很奇妙。当你接受耶稣给你的挑战的时候，那时候你觉得哇，很快乐的感觉，知道吗？很喜乐，因为你对耶稣说 yes， 你也接受他的挑战。
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, in other words, we've already asked people from that 2016 retreat. I remember people saying the more they committed, the more fulfilled they felt. The more they promised they would give time, or they would give financially, or the more they promised it, the more they felt happy.
对，2016年你就会说，很多朋友很多弟兄姐妹说，他愿意承诺，付出更多承诺，做出更多帮忙，还是更多赞助，他们心中很快乐，觉得很高兴，可以做更多。
Okay, so we're going to go here to the 5 circles of commitment. Okay.
对，我们现在先看一下我们这个5个这个承诺圈哈。
The first one, the biggest circle on the end.
最大的这个是叫社区群众啊，最大圈这个。
Right. That according to his book, and we can just go ahead and adopt that. That means our occasional or regular attendees.
这是他们偶尔或者是定期来参加的一些朋友们。
Or maybe they're friends that you have that you hope to bring to the NFF.
也许是你带来的朋友，你希望他们也可以成为 NFF 的成员哈。
So the 2 outer circles, that means the community and the crowd. We're carrying 2 of them right there
对，这
together.
边2个，因为还是社区还不太认识，慢慢认识群众，慢慢他们就来到 NFF 来参加，或定期来参加。
So actually, these are our goals to go out and reach these people.
对，这是我们的目标，就是我们希望能够去接触在社区里的朋友们，在 我们认识的群众，就是有时候我们不是去那个花博那边，去世界群去认识他们。社区是我们到定期到定点哈，还有自己的弟兄姐妹或者是亲戚朋友。
Yeah. And some of you are members of we call it the witnessing committee.
对，其中我决定我们是我们做见证的团队里面的会员之一，对不对？
And we have been talking about how we can do better here. Maybe we can have courses here during the week.
对，我们想到是这边，也许我们曾经提过，也许我们在这边可以开一些课程哈，可以为这个社区的人服务，
You know,
像什么英文课、
we're
书
trying
法
to
课，
see.
也有讲过，对对对，
This is called serving the community,
就是为社区来服务，做些服务。
right? So we want to investigate. We want to research that more. See what we can do more here.
对，我们想要了解更多，也许我们有些问卷啊，就去拜访社区附近的弟兄朋友们，就问他说：“你们有什么需求吗？我们在这里啊，我们可以拿来为你服务吗？”我这么想，有这样一个 survey。
Okay? So we're going to go to the next section. And the next circle is called congregation.
另外就是会众，在这个第3圈里面哈。
So these are people who are committed to being members of the NFF.
这些他们已经承诺要成为成员的人哈。
They're not only attendees.
他们不仅是参加者，是与会者啊。
So they're committed to membership requirements and have signed our membership covenant.
他们不但承诺要成为我们的实际成员，而且他们承诺要履行会员的资格啊，会员的资格，他们签署了会员我们有一个成员的合约。
So these are them right here.
这是我们成员要履行的一些事情。
It's there. What does it say in Chinese? Well, in English it says that there are saved people who are saved and filled with the Holy Spirit.
这边讲的第一点是已经得救，而且被圣灵充满了。
2 is baptized.
第二是已经受洗的。
3, giving every month
每个月奉献
at least 500 NT.
至少500元啊，这是
Per person.
这个成员的一个基本，像是赞助这样子。
And 4 is attend NFF weekly as much as possible.
尽量每周参加 NFL 聚会哈。这4个都是有圣经章节，这边可以看到，这个罗马书10章9节，马太28、19刚刚读的，还有哥林多前书16章2节，希伯来书10章25节，你不可停止聚会，这都是圣经上告诉我们，就这4个最基本的一个需求啊。你们在下面可以签名，还有日期这样。就是刚刚我们在头先第一个看到的，他们手上拿的这个都是他们已经签名的哈，那都是我们正式的成员 NFL 成员。
In a sense, they're our core right now as well.
对，现在他们都已经慢慢成为我们的核心了。
All right.
成熟成员。
So that's what a member is.
对，就是身为一个成员，就是他们需要的必备的，而且100系列课程是我们这些基本训练100的课程。
And that's going to happen this month.
对，这个月我们就会上这个100的100的系列的课程。
Okay, next week we're going to have a class on salvation and baptism.
对，下周我们讲到救恩还有圣灵浸洗，就是圣灵的洗礼这项课程。
Is that including the Holy Spirit too?
对。
And the Holy Spirit and the Word, right?
第3周是讲到三位一体是圣灵。
Okay. And then the fourth week is about attendance, the importance of attendance.
小组重要性还有参加聚会的重要性，第4周就是刚好跟这4个就是刚好跟这个配合。
Yeah. So it's all Word that talks about it, encouragement, and so there you go. Okay, then we're going to go to the next level is this 200 series.
对，这200系列的课程呢，就是有关怎么样成为一个成熟成员哈。这边。
It's called committed, the committed
他们是
member.
委身，他们已经完全委身了。
And basically, that's just talking about committing to spiritual disciplines.
对他们承诺去做一些灵性锻炼。
And you're probably already doing them.
可能你们其中有的人已经在做了啊，就是比如说有4个基本的习惯。
There's 4 habits that you need.
对，4个基本的习惯你需要的。
One is time in God's Word daily.
第一，每天阅读上帝的话语啊，这是在第4页里面。
2, daily prayer and hearing from God.
第2就是每天祈祷，还有聆听上帝的声音，这个很重要，我们要练习聆听上帝的声音。
3 is growing towards tithing through percentage giving.
第三是通过给予收入的百分比来开始学习怎么做11奉献，就是也许你不能马上给10%，你可以给5%啊、6%啊，慢慢的增加这样子，信心增加。
Or 2 or 3, whatever your faith is.
对，你的信心，按照你的信心来给予百分比。
And number 4 is belonging to a small group.
并且要属于一个小组，很鼓励大家都要属于一个小组。
Okay. So that's called this 200 series.
这叫200系列的课程。
And if after you've taken the series and you've committed that, you say, I'm a committed member. I promise to do these different disciplines.
对，你修完这200系列课程以后，你就说我答应，我承诺，我一定要每天做这个基本的习惯。
You also get a certificate like this as a committed member.
对，我们会有另外一个不同的一个证书来证明你是第200级修完的课程。
Yeah. And this is a little bit like, but not technically the same, but it's like having a associate degree in this training.
对，收学在这个我翻译之前副学士，就是不是学士，可是副学士，就是你修完2年了 sophomore， 好像类似2年的大学2年课程的感觉。那并不真的是需要花2年时间了，就是你上完100课程之后，你可以去上2年的课程。
We're actually planning to present those in August.
对，我们在8月的时候，我们会上200课程哦，请你敬请期待，好，很棒哦。
So we're going to give everybody an opportunity to go through them and make that choice or the challenge. Take the challenge.
对，希望你们都能够接受这挑战，200系列的挑战，还有更棒在后面。这有点像，我觉得就像那个谁，华里克牧师好像全垒打，你知道吗？第1垒、第2垒、第3，到第2垒再第3垒第4。哇，然后这本垒就4个就得1分了，那很棒，那很简单。对。
This is a baseball field analogy, actually. Americans love baseball.
因为美国人很喜欢打篮球，那华里克牧师就说哇，然后打这种跑垒啊。
Also, Taiwan loves baseball.
对，台湾也很喜欢棒球，对不对？很喜欢像那个谁，你的。
I was taking my morning walk. This is a little side story. I was taking
我女儿也超热爱棒球的，对。
I was taking a walk in the morning for exercise, right?
对，但是早上他会现在开始有新的习惯，很早起来。
I found out, wow, when you get up early and walk around, there's a whole new community of people out there.
对，这么早出来，已经有很多人在外面在那边做运动了。
Every time I'm doing my walking at a certain time, I see the same person passing me at the same place every day.
对，每天会经过同样地点，碰到同样的人，然后他们也在运动。
And you say, hey, how's it going?
哎，你好吗？打招呼。对。
好早。And then there's this one guy. He's like an energetic, older guy. I guess maybe a little younger than me.
对，他看一位年纪稍微大，可能比他年轻一点点的哈。
And he said he's coming down. He's having a little cup of coffee after his morning. Right there in the field next to beautiful. We have a walkway behind our house. It's next to these plots of land where people grow vegetables and flowers.
在我们家后面就是一片田了，很多1块的田，然后别人有种菜的也有，种花的也有，对不对？
It's a beautiful area. There's a little river right in the middle.
而且中间有一个小的溪流在中间，很漂亮。
And anyway, he comes up to me and he goes, I say, hey, good morning. He says, hey, how are you? And
我说你好吗？早安。
And then he said, where are you from?
我说你从哪里来的？
I say, I'm from California.
我说我是加州来的。
So first of all, right away he goes, okay, are you from the Angels or are you the Dodgers?
他马上第一句说你是天使那个天使在那里，还是 Dodger 还是道奇队，然后你挺哪一队的？很奇怪，他们就可见他马上就想到，哇，加州那就是来棒球了，对不对？
Funny thing is, that's Los Angeles, California. You also have teams in San Francisco,
对，其实不只是只是洛杉矶而已，其实是在旧金山也有他的队伍。
Giants, right?
对，那个是巨人队啊。
So anyway, so I said, well, I'm Dodgers actually.
我是道奇队的。
哦，我也是啊，好棒啊！
他们就好球很高，很人球队。
So we talked a little bit about the Dodgers.
就稍微聊了关道奇队的事情。
And he was super excited.
他是超开心的，很兴奋啊。
We all knew. So that was fun.
对，很有趣。
So just to say, I know Taiwan loves baseball.
台湾人也很喜欢棒球，所以这已经可以这么想。所以你已经到了第1垒的话，100，我操，就要冲到2垒去，对的。
Okay. So now we're going to talk about the core. That's the 300 series.
对，我们想要说怎么样能够成为 核心呢就是有300课程了，哇，300系列是蛮多的。你们看第4页里面，蛮多需要做不同服饰，他们核心呢是要参与教会不同服饰的。
So they're the people who are involved in the different lay ministries of the church. This is your core.
对，这是你们的核心人物的要做的事情。
So they're the workers, the ministers,
他们是工人、服务人
the
士，
servers,
还有呢去服侍别人的人，
and those people who are committed to mission work.
他们还有致力于传道工作的人员，
They're the Sunday school
比
teachers.
如说主日学老师啊。
Tell me who's a Sunday school teacher here. Raise your hand.
这边有些是主日学老师，请举手。
有帮忙，come on，举手啊！
稍微有帮忙都举手。
掌声鼓励一下。
鼓励一下，耶！
Including our music teacher. Come on.
还有我们的音乐老师啊，是不是？
That's core.
对，这是我们的核心哦。
That's core.
祝福你们。
Or they're the small group leaders.
小组组长呢？
Raise your hands.
请你举手，小组组长举手。哎，耶 ，very good，very good。还需要更多。
Or we have worship team members.
敬拜团队成员。
Raise your hand, worship
请举
team.
手，哎，
Worship team members.
哎，耶，
That means you are core. You're
对
core.
你们也是核心人员哦，核心成员哦。
Translators.
还有翻译人员。
Okay, Christina, she helped
真的
translate.
耶
Sunny.
，Yes，thank you。
Susie
苏西
too.
翻译对，还有
Also, Eric, have you done some translation work?
Yes，
Some of you are gifted, right?
right，还有 Cindy 也在帮忙翻译。
All right. Secretary.
哇，我们的秘书，哇，谢谢。
Okay, web support.
网络支援。
Okay. Maintenance.
维护维护工作，哇
There's Peter.
，Peter。
By the way, he got a worker in here finally to get this aircon going. Do you feel it?
你会感觉到那
You feel the cool?
对。
Okay, I feel it right now. It's nice.
对。
So we got a new compressor in there.
一个新的叫做怎么讲？压缩机，对呀。
But it's not new.
不是全新，因为我们这个整个冷气这个是设备是比较旧一点，所以
I
还要
don't
找一
think
个。
you could buy a new one.
这个没办法配的，就是需要新酒没办法加旧瓶子里面一样。可是它能够使用是最重要。
But anyway, he helped to organize it. He spent like how many hours? Just half a day. He was here from 2 o'clock to 8:30 at night just to watch the worker. Well, John, thank you for here.
谢谢，辛苦了，真的。
So that's the maintenance.
对啊，维护、行政管理。
And then of course there's something called the youth ministry.
还有青年部的哈，教青少年孩子们。
Actually, we can't really do any ministries unless we have people who want to do the ministry.
对，其实任何部门如果没有人怎么样去做的话，这个部门没办法成立。要有人先有人做才能成立，对不对？这很重要。
For example, you guys are aware that Laura is going to leave in August.
你们知道 Laura 她8月份会要离开吗？哈。
She's been a big help, right?
她是一个很大的帮忙，真
And
的
her
是。
sister's helping too.
Olivia 也是。
They were a big help in this retreat.
他们在灵会里面帮忙小孩子们很多。
But there's going to be a hole in that department there. We're going to have
他们8月份要回美国，所以我们就真的很需要人手，对不对？为他们祷告。
So in that smaller group, or at least people who are willing to be part of the rotation, you know.
对，除非有人也愿意参加他这个队伍啊，成为或者是其实不是全职的，也可以就轮流来服侍都很好，也可以学习很多好东西。
Also, Joe realized he's like the pastor. He's the worship pastor, they call him.
对。
He's heading the worship team.
对，像约瑟他是敬拜团队的团长，对不对啊？
But he's also leading the child care.
他是注意手艺学的主任哈。
So he.
他是蛮忙的，他两边跑，他有时候不在这边上课，他是在给孩子们上课。
The problem with that is when you do too much, you don't do either one very well, you know.
可是太多的话，就事情不能做得最好。
That's true of all of us, right?
而且真的对身心也是比较负担比较重。
So anyway, we need more help.
对，我们需要更多的帮忙。
And more people to stand up and be willing, you know.
对，需要有更多人愿意能够做些承诺。也许在给你的心讲话，也许对孩子们很有负担，想要跟小朋友
Oh yeah.
交谈。
Another area is audio and video, by the way.
对，
Audio
还有
and
影
video.
像跟视频啊。 对呀，就是
Timothy and Trevor also.
对对。
Johnson, Goody. So then he talks about the singles ministry, the blind ministry, the charity works ministry, the care caller ministry. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done if you have the people.
还有说专门是单身部门的，我们像有姐妹部门就单身部门的，还有盲人部啊、慈善事工部门啊。其实这是我的负担，慈善就是安慰的团队，这个很重要。接电话或关怀执事部门，这个很重要。就是我们可以从做见证再分，那就是不管是什么部门也好，都需要有人负责，对不对？这很重要。
So the way that you become a core member is you finish the 300 series, okay?
对，所以你要进入核心的方就是已经修完3个课程，100、200、300这系列的课程。
But of course, all those who are already part of doing the core practically, we still want you to take this course, okay? Because it'll be more 比较完整。
对，所以你已经在做服事工作，我们还是希望能够修完这个300系列的课程哈，可以帮助你们。
Right?
整个就比较完整，觉得那种培训不只是你在实际上去做，而是你自己有这样去修完这个课程。
So then you can take class the 400 series. Then we have the 400 series. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. It says when you get into the core, then you finish it. Well, it says we do an interview with you. I mean, I don't know if we're going to do an interview with you or not. We'll just talk with somebody, but we'll find out what.
我们希望会有一个就是采访的时间，就是跟你不说面试，就是访问，就是看你的 shape 是什么，你的灵性恩赐是怎么样。因为我们有上过那个课，在那个领袖会 SHAPE 哈 shape， 就是那5种不同的属于你自己的灵性恩赐，从事服事工作。
Find where your gifts are. Where are you talented?
就你可以找到你的恩赐是哪里。也许你不知道我有什么恩赐，我好像就没什么恩赐啊。也许你觉得，可是你经过这个系列以后，你一读，我有这方面还不错，还可以哦，这方面也可以使用哦。这边我有兴趣，虽然我还不是很有才能，可是我有兴趣，也许我可以去学习哦。我可以接受培训吗？对不对？有事情也许你觉得，好像不太有，可是我有这个欲望想要去做，也是很重要，懂吗？因为从一个兴趣开始嘛，对，就是这个道理。
And then those people who have taken class the 300 series, they have committed to join a ministry.
对，如果你已经完成了300系列的课程，你就可以开始参加一些服事工作。
Get training.
可以接到一些培训哈。
Mentoring.
而且你可以让你慢慢在成长。
And have accomplished a number of hours in mission training.
而且你知道你可以参加传道的训练啊，传道任务。
And commit to tithing.
然后并且你愿意做11奉献。
That will help the NFF to expand and help the needy more.
可以帮助扩大 NFF 的福音事工，帮助有需要的人。
Alright, so that's the training for these steps. If you commit after you've gone through the series 300 series, you commit, you're going to be committing to these requirements or these steps.
对，这个核心成员呢，就叫做平信徒成员，他有2个，一个是 A， 我们刚刚看到第4页最底下是 A 部分，就讲到300系列，这个是经过300系列课程可以。然后是下面呢
The last is called the 400 series.
对，另外一个400系列课程是我们的核心 B 了哈，也是。
Which is more along the lines of ministry, preaching the gospel.
传道的方面的，就传福音方面，可以学习更知道怎么样有效去传福音。也许你想更在这方面更有发挥、更有训练的话，是非常好的。
These people have committed to developing a habit of giving out the gospel literature regularly.
他们有一个习惯，就是很定期就会传福音，不论到哪里也好，就想跟别人讲耶稣。
Like Sunny.
没有啦，就是。
I mean, I try to do the same. Wherever she goes on the bus, anywhere, she always has a tract for them. Or I say, come on, honey, we gotta go. Just a minute. I want to give this tract to the guy next door.
没有，真的机会难得，谁知道你会不会再碰到他们，对不对？这个，那天我碰到一个比我还大的年轻人，anyway，长话短说，他很高兴，他说他因为觉得其实他有一点点失落，他是基督徒，可是我在鼓励他之后，他觉得他年轻了20岁的感觉，你知道吗？就是真的很需要鼓励，所以感谢主，就是用我们对，这样去。
You thought you were like 20 years old?
No, 他比我大27岁，但他看起来没有这么大，可是就看不出来，也对我有很大的鼓励。他已经80多岁，可是看起来还是好像70左右啊。那他就觉得哦，你很年轻，我说我就一比较之下，当然我年纪比较小，所以他很高兴让他讲了基督徒。可是我真的希望他能够更认识主， 你知道吗？因为他还是程度比较，就像我们刚刚讲，门徒跟信徒其实应该是一样的啦，基督徒就是门徒。他邀请我去他们家玩，就是真的觉得蛮开心的。我想我会去拜访。
Did you say that in English?
Oh yeah. I met this lady on the MRT. He's a bit older than me. I'm actually about 17 years older than me. But she looked pretty good. She dressed like, very nice. And so I talked to her.
Fashionable?
Not so fashion. Actually, she was that nice, bit cold. She just went out with her daughter. So her daughter lent her a nice red top, like more like used kind of clothes. So useful clothes. But she looked good. So, but of course, she looked older, right? So I tried to encourage her. After talking to her, she felt like, wow, she's 20 years younger. She gave her more confidence in herself. Before so she said, oh, I feel like with Jesus, let's meet each other. So really encouraged me so much. So I give her a magazine and give her, words of wisdom, and show her that Jesus really loves her. And she said, oh, please come to my house. And she want me to visit, and tell me which floor, what's your number, I said 6楼，66号，6楼之6。他说，我说哦，66，我就说哦啊，666。白女儿说，哇，这蛮容易记的，他也告诉我的the name of the compound, so I can go visit her. So she's very. So that's why wherever you are, if you're a witness, you never know you are the one benefit from even more. 跟他会面之后，我觉得很大的鼓励，你知道吗？所以虽然是你给出爱，你又不会因为给出爱觉得就有所损失，所以。So do it.
You never lose by giving the gospel.
Also, you never know. Because today I met this person, maybe I won't see them again. Sometimes you'll see them again, but sometimes you don't. There's one lady I met her, I got saved. I'm still in line with her in online. She visited me, just continue, But some, maybe not. But you never know, right? So, 这是很重要，就是抓住那个机会去传福音。但是你上这个400系列课程之后，就好像会上瘾就是哇，欲罢不能，就很想要去做。You like it, you just become a part of you， 变成你生命的一部分。你觉得那种感觉真的很棒。
It can be a habit. You can get used to it.
也是一个很好的习惯。But it's really rewarding， 真的很棒，可以试试看，好不好 ？Okay.
So this is for the last section of 4, the 400 series.
400系列课程
They've committed to these people develop a habit of giving out literature regularly.
那他们承诺呢，第一，他们定期会传福音，给出传福音的这些刊物
Learning how to share Jesus, lead people to believe in Jesus, lead people to Jesus.
而且能帮助教导他们学习怎么样跟别人分享耶稣，去教导他们得救。
Learn how to teach the word to others, be a teacher of the word.
成为一个老师，教导别人怎么样去一些课程，上帝的话语课程。
Pass a number of hours, a certain number of hours of participation in witnessing events, which is internship, right?
而且他们可以完成所需要见证活动的时数，他们时间，他们实际上有实习的时间，几个 hour， 他们时数都要记录下来。
And they can join a mission trip overseas.
而且可以参加海外的使命那个周间的使命线旅程很棒的。
Okay, so that's 400 series.
就是那是400系列课程。
Okay, so that's basically it.
所以这是我们基本的这4个很重要，第1类、第2类、第3，这个很棒的四个课程大家看得到。
So it's good that everybody here knows where we want to go.
所以让我们大家知道，我们有个目标，是我们 NFL 的一个目标，一起来推动它。
Or we want to encourage you
我们想鼓励你呢，
to do all you can,
尽力而为，就修这些课程。
And also, don't worry about who's who. One thing we want to avoid is that.
对，不要担心其他人怎么样，就你自己就好，自己。
Just encourage every person to pray yourself, and if you want to do more, we're here to help you. We want to encourage you to do more for Jesus, to feel.
对，我们想鼓励每个人就为耶稣做更多，想付出更多，哇，很棒！这种承诺感是真的是。好像把本来心里有些负担，你真的做承诺之后，你觉得非常快乐，非常平安了，所以可以真的踏出一步，耶稣会祝福你的，一定会的，真的跟你保证。
A healthy and a strong church fellowship is built on commitments of its members.
对一个教会能够那么强壮、那么健康的原因，就是靠那些成员们，他们去全心付出，而且真心的承诺，付出他们的承诺。
To Jesus.
他们的承诺不但是给耶稣
，and to others, to
也
us.
是对其他人他做出的承诺，愿意付出，真的很棒。
加油！
好不好？一起加油，好不好？我们是一起OK， 我们一起加油，我们真的要需要彼此， 对呀。好，那我来做个祷告好了。Amen。Thank you， 谢谢耶稣，赞美耶稣，哈利路亚。亲爱的耶稣，我们感谢赞美今天这个非常好的生命发展课程的介绍。主啊，我们真的相信这是你给我们的一个远观跟目标。我们祷告在座的，而且在看这个录影带，我们还有更多潜在的一些门徒们还没有接触到的，他们都愿意做这个承诺，来一一从10、20、30、40的系列来成长学习，并且得到很大的培训，能够成为一个更全方位的门徒，全心全意为你付出，并且到普西安传福音给万民听。主耶稣，我们真的希望，你的祝福，我们也祈求你带领，继续在我们心中、生命中动工，无论在什么地方也好，成为你最棒的见证。奉主耶稣的名祷告，阿门。谢谢耶稣，赞美耶稣，哈利路亚 ，Thank you。好
Bless you。
那祝福你好，我们现在稍微复习一下我们这一周的还没有吗 ？OK， 没有关系，我们打开我们刚刚的第2页好不好？就是我们刚刚跟你分享的马太福音28章19、20节，在第4页吗？对，第3页 ，OK。我们一起来读2次好吗？可这是我们的章节哈。马太福音28章19到20节，你们要去使万民做我的门徒，奉圣父、圣子、圣灵的名给他们施洗，教导他们遵守我所吩咐你们的一切。对，这是我们的使命哦。马太福音28章19到20节，你们要去使万民做我的门徒，奉圣父、圣子、圣灵的名给他们施洗，教导他们遵守我所吩咐你们的一切。Amen， 那真的非常重要。好，上帝祝福大家。好的，那我们现在是小组时间，好吧？